You're probably wondering why I'm floating in space. I have no answer for you. Welcome to my little corner of heaven. Pull up a seat. I mean, if you can find one. Sure, it's cold and dark and lonely, but it's better than being in class, okay? Okay, maybe not, but you know how I feel, right? You ever have those days where even floating endlessly in space would be better than facing your teachers for yet again another day of work? Yeah, I know it's rough, but hey, it's something we all have to do, so no floating in space for you. But that's not necessarily a bad thing. You know, growing up, I never had the option to go online and watch YouTube videos for any kind of help at all, which really made a lot of learning I did come from my own situations. But luckily for you guys, you're able to Google or type anything in the YouTube search bar and more than likely find some answers you're looking for. That's why in today's video, I wanted to elaborate over some advice I'd like to give you guys watching this video because I know a lot of you are still suffering in school and I'd like to do everything I can to help you suffer a little better. So let's skydive into this video like a comet about to crash into Earth. Ah! Popularity. When we go to school, you see all sorts of cliques. The popular kids, the jocks, the nerds, the cheerleaders, and so on. And it becomes this unspoken rule that if you're not a part of the popular group in the school, you're deemed uncool. I get it, I see it, I understand it, but I don't agree with it. You see, popular kids peak in high school, okay? The people who get all the popularity and attention have it so good during school, but if that's what they decided to devote all their time to, which is their looks and their status amongst their peers, their future will look like a cashier at McDonald's instead of little Bobby, who was the high school nerd lord, but is now making millions. Yup, isn't that karma for ya? Going to school is about learning, being with friends, and finding yourself. Too many people focus on things like popularity, and it's a pretty sad thing to witness the most popular girl in school years later working a really cruddy job for the rest of her life. So, my advice here is don't focus on it too much. If you're popular already, but you're not letting it all get to your head, then that's great. Being liked for being you isn't a crime. Just be careful you don't let your ego slip up because down the road, it's not going to be something that's going to benefit you. Stand up for yourself! Here is a very important lesson that I learned while growing up during my time in school. With the endless amount of fights I seen taking place behind the junior high parking lot, I can certainly say that fighting fist to fist for attention is pretty dumb. A lot of times you'll witness guys act all tough and cool and seemingly looking for a fight, but you should know this is actually an alpha kind of behavior. Usually people who don't got it good back home or are dealing with personal issues in their household come to school acting like the big baddie because they've developed a sense of power amongst other kids. If you've ever found yourself in this situation when you're approached by an individual like this, do yourself a favor and just ignore them. Do not get into a fight and learn to use your words, not your fists. An important piece of advice I can certainly pass down to you on a golden platter is showing no emotion or reaction to bullies. When bullies attempt to make you scared, but you seemingly seem to show them that they don't bother you, it loses its appeal to the bully. Allow me to demonstrate an example.
Hello, small fry.
Oh, hey, how's it going?
Oh, pretty good. You see, I'm looking for a new punching bag in the school, and all of a sudden I saw you over here.
Yeah, okay, and?
Well, I'm thinking on using you as a punch-
Listen, Phil, I get you're looking for some way to stroke your ego in this school, but I've got important things to attend to. Go pick on someone else, because I don't got time to deal with your pettiness.
What? How? I will destroy you!
Look, man, are you doing alright? It's not a normal thing to go around looking for people to beat up. If you need to talk, I can listen to you, man. Otherwise, I'm just gonna go.
I am so depressed.
It's okay. I'm here. I'm here for you. Okay, this was obviously slightly over-exaggerated, but hey, it can happen. In all seriousness, though, don't provoke the situation with condescending talkback. Just more or less show you don't care for them and walk away. Trust me, violence is never the answer. Anxiety. Having anxiety in school is very normal. In fact, it's so normal, chances are everyone is feeling it but just showing it off differently. That girl who gets all the attention is probably freaking out in her head over there about how nervous she constantly feels. That really buff dude you know who's always chilling in the stairway for some odd reason is probably not feeling so confident right now. And Bobby B, the nerdy nerd lord of nerds, is feeling more courageous than he's ever been because he's about to ask the girl of his dreams out on a date today. So where am I going with this? No, you're not some messed up person. You're normal for feeling anxiety. The thing is, we all need to learn to somehow overcome it in our own way because anxiety can be a crutch. But we've got the... Oh my god, I'm so... But we've got the power to overcome it if we push ourselves. And what makes it even better is how you feel if you can still push yourself to do something when you're feeling super anxious about it. So try your best to do things you normally wouldn't do, and if you can't, that's okay. But maybe join a group, talk to some other students. It's amazing what you can accomplish when you overcome your fears. When it comes to your assignments, tests, and finals, it's very important to make sure to keep up on top of your grades because school is important. And it does matter at the end of the day if you want to further your education. However, grades aren't everything. A lot of anxiety can come from our marks in school, or when we haven't studied until last minute for that test, and now you're starting to hate yourself as you sit at the desk looking at your test, absolutely unsure what binary fission is, but at the same time, going home and studying your brains out constantly isn't something you should be doing either. You see, balance is key to everything, and if at a young age you can figure out a way to schedule your work and your personal fun time, then you can conquer a lot. Learn a discipline to work at a certain time that's good for you, like studying right after school for an hour so that you don't have to do it anymore for the rest of the day, or even do it before you sleep. No one likes to study or do work after school, but in the long run, you'll be thanking yourself because scheduling your time can be a wonderful thing, especially if you do it right. This one's important. Be yourself. Too often do we wake up, look in the mirror, and say, I'm not good enough. To which we go to school and then pretend to be something we're not. Self-esteem being low is a very common thing that happens with us growing up in school, and it's something I think we should all work on a bit more, because you are good enough. Being in school and growing up is the time where we try to find ourselves, and pretending to be someone else because you're afraid of being you is only going to hurt you in the long run, because what benefit are you getting pretending to be something you're not? All you're doing is wasting your time on people who don't treat you right for being you. And even so, who cares? Learn to love yourself and not be afraid what other people think. Those kids you see who bring their DSs or Switches to the school do it because they love being gamers and they really just don't care what other kids think, even if it does come off as cringy or awkward in the school. So learn to love yourself, be yourself, and live your life happier and healthier. Well, everyone, I hope you all did enjoy this little piece of knowledge that I have now crescented you with. Use it wisely, and I hope it helps you all well. If you want to stick around and be a part of the TheFearRaiser community, the best community on YouTube, be sure to hit that subscribe button and stay a while. Also, be sure to follow me on my social media at TheFearRaiser on Twitter and at TheFearRaiser on Instagram so that you'll always be on top of what's going on with me. Plus, I post memes and some life advice, so that's also a plus. Either way, guys, thanks again, and I'll see you in the next video. See ya! I'm still out in space, by the way. Yep. Don't know where I'm going. Can't even call Uber. Oh man, I gotta use the washroom. Oh god. Why is there no internet out here? Space. The final frontier. The big kahuna. Also a movie, but that's not the point. The universe is big. Like, really big. Like, bigger than a sale at Walmart on a Black Friday big.